What is happening, y'all? Cowboy here, and welcome to the next build to showcase, and this is my bestial strength build, Gurranq's Champion. Now, the idea behind this build is pretty simple. We basically pulled from all of the items related to the Beast Champion quest. So, of course, we have the hammer, we have the dagger, we have all the spells. And to be honest, even though it's just kind of like going straight down the checklist in terms of a theme build, it's actually pretty effective and a lot of fun to play. So let's jump into it. For level, we are aiming this at 150. You could run this at a lower level. We'll get into that later. Vigor at 60 for that soft cap. Mind at 24, which if you're going to go higher, I would get that up more. I wish I had more space for FP on this build for sure. Endurance is at 22, giving us that medium load. Strength at 55. That's going to be our main damage stat. Dex we get up to 20 because our weapon is essentially a quality weapon, so a little bit of Dex is going to certainly help there. Intelligence and faith at, intelligence and arcane at base, and then faith up to 30. Now, with those stats, this ends up being a pretty nice spread on both our incantation scaling as well as our primary weapon. I played around a little bit going higher on Dex or higher on faith or a little bit more in strength, and I found that the 55-20-30 split to actually work out pretty well for what we're using here. So to jump on into the equipment, of course, the Beast Claw Great Hammer is going to be the primary weapon for this build. And all in all, it's pretty solid. I mean, it has a really strong unique skill. It's not super long, but it has a very wide AoE. It can put out a lot of damage. You're looking at 1,000 damage on average per hit. We obviously have the physical holy split, so that puts us at 708 attack power, which is pretty nice. Besides that, we also have the claw mark seal, and we're going to want this in our right hand as well. We're going to swap over to that when we're doing quick casts. And with our faith and strength, this is at a 261 in cant scaling, which isn't super good, but it's not bad either. I mean, 261 is certainly respectable. Over in the offhand, we have the Cicada Dagger, Sinkenda, however you're supposed to pronounce it. And what I like about having this in our offhand is that it's going to offset the super slow strikes from the Great Hammer, and this thing actually does pretty well. We're looking at a 435 attack power on it. That's pure physical damage, so this comes out pretty fast. It hits pretty hard, and on top of that, it has the added bonus of boosting up all of our bestial incantations. It's not a huge boost. It's in the range of like 10% or so, but between that and, of course, using the Claw Mark Seal, we're going to get some pretty respectable damage on those. Of course, we also have a Spiral Horn Shield with Carry and Retaliation because I love this shield and I love Carry and Retaliation. Going on into the gear, we're rocking the full Malformed Dragon set. Now, the main reason behind this is obviously, one, it is a pretty tanky set. What are we coming in at? We're at 56 poise. So, not quite at that breakpoint that we want of 61, but it's still enough that we can certainly trade some hits. And on top of that, we actually have some hyper armor with the Beast Claw Great Hammer. So that plus the poise, I think we'll get by just fine. But in terms of fashion choices, I felt this was the thing that kind of met the overall look of the Beast Claw Great Hammer the best. The other big consideration, of course, was the Beast Champion armor, which in terms of the nomenclature of it, it would certainly work, but I don't feel it really fits in terms of visuals. There's just too much silver going on, and so kind of the spiky gold look here I think fits well, especially because even though the gauntlets are kind of like an obsidian silvery type color, that actually matches our dagger. So, you know, the off color of those isn't too terrible when you consider what it's being paired with. Going on down to our talismans, Earthtree Favor, Great Jar, Green Turtle, and then Phlox Canvas, just to boost those incantations a little bit further. You could, of course, change this up to whatever you wanted. I mean, if you really want to boost up the charged incantations only, you could go Godfrey, but that's really not going to be worth it here. You could put your poise up higher. You could go Shard of Alexander. But I really wanted to be able to do some solid damage with these incantations, because you usually only see them as just like supplements to a build, not a major form of damage in the build. And so we're trying to boost those as much as we can. Down here, we're going to pick up an additional boost to our stamina recovery speed. You could alternatively do health over time, but that's going to conflict with bestial vitality if you use that. And then Crimson Whirl, of course, is just great to counter out mages. So overall, the main playstyle of this build is going to revolve around the Beast Claw Great Hammer, which actually hits pretty hard. And what's great is having that dagger in the offhand allows you to do really fast hits. So, you know, you come in with the slow hammer, and then boom, you can get a couple of quick claw hits in, which works pretty well. As for our spell loadout, first up, of course, Bestial Sling. This is fantastic. It comes out fast. You can use it in the air. I mean, I have this on a ton of builds just as a supplement, but this is going to mainly be used in PvP, and in PvE, it's going to serve as a finisher when someone's running. Stone of Gurranq is going to be our primary range damaged ability. You can just chain throw this thing. It's going to deal a ton of stagger damage, just knocking stuff down, and all in all, it does a pretty good job. One thing I want to point out is in PvP, a lot of people don't expect this. You run on in, you hit him with the Bestial Sling, and then you immediately go into a Stone of Gurranq. And usually they just run through the Bestial Sling and they don't expect the quick stone. And you'd be surprised how many people will get hit by those stones and chain parried when they're trying to get on top of you. Of course, we have Beast Claw, which can be thrown out fast, or it can be charged. The charge version, in particular on this, will go quite far. All in all, just a decent quick cast AoE tool we have available. And then Gurranq's Beast Claw is our AoE option, which is going to send out those waves in multiple directions. And I like this a lot in PvP especially, because, you know, I'll be sitting there casting the stone, and someone's just rolling through the stones and they're getting close, and then I'll run back and I'll, like, you know, do a pretend panic roll, throw that out, they roll in, and then that goes off. So that delayed kind of explosion where that goes outward, that's really good at catching a lot of people, I find. Because we have the Faith, Golden Vow, of course, because it's a free buff, and then I go with either Barrier of Gold or Black Flame's Protection, depending on if I'm up against physical enemies or magical enemies. You could certainly work in the other stuff like Lightning and Holy. I just find those two to be the most common, hence I don't have all the other spells on. Of course, we also have Bestial Vitality because health over time is just nice to have with a build like this. And that's going to be about it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward to play. We can just hop over here. I'll fight against some beasts with it, kind of show you how well it does in terms of PvE content. And keep in mind, this, of course, is New Game Plus, so, you know, we're fighting stuff we're fighting strong enemies at the end of the game. You can see the poise on that. A lot of people don't expect that poise to come out. They think they're just going to smack you right through it. And then that dagger, just that quick 1-2, just throwing that out, getting a couple of hits in, does a fantastic job. The stone, of course, this is so fantastic in PvE. I don't know how I discounted this for as long as I did, but it just knocks stuff on their ass over and over again. And like I said, we're getting pretty good damage between Phlox and the dagger and the Bestial Claw. I mean, these aren't like just some weak little hits, you know? Oh, whoa, whoa, Mr. Lightning Man. Quick dagger coming out. Just to show kind of the damage we're going to get on some other stuff here. 352 on the sling coming out. If I can get this one off. You can see that quick dagger and that offhand. It's such a good just finisher tool. You know, just being able to throw that out the last second. Getting that final hit on a target works really, really well in that regard. And we're going to probably run by Gatefront just to kind of show the AoE capability of this build a little bit better, but we'll try and do it here. Might be getting in over my head just a little bit. You can see it's not too far, but the poise on that does perform quite well. And I don't know if it's just something unique to this dagger, but I do feel that the Beast Dagger, it does a really good job of staggering enemies out. Kind of like as you saw right there, you know, that guy was getting ready to attack and I was just like whack, whack, whack. So I don't know exactly what that's all about, but I mean, it works really well. Like it works deceptively well for just being a little offhand weapon. So real fast, we're just going to group these guys up just to give you a better idea of the AoE of this build and how useful it is. Probably the biggest thing is the way that targets are. It can miss because it doesn't just cover, like, you know, a flat group when it goes off, but it still hits pretty far. And the biggest thing is the width of this. As you can see, it does a really good job at hitting multiple enemies with how wide it's going to be. Gurranq's a Beast Claw if I can get it off without dying. Of course, everything we're fighting is New Game Plus. You know, these guys are not... This isn't just me going to the start of the game and abusing stuff. All of these enemies have over 1,000 health. Quick version. It does decent. Got 480 on that. You can see that the charge version, a really good job at breaking shields as well. Like I said, that dagger just real fast at coming out. It's very surprising how effective that dagger is as an offhand weapon. So, anyway, that is the basis of the build. I mean, it's just using the B stuff, you know? There's not really much to it, but especially in terms of a theme build and working around a central theme in the game, I definitely think this is one of the more entertaining ones to play. So, we're going to hop on over to Main Academy Gate. We're going to try to get some fights with it just to show how well it functions in duels, and then after that, I'll probably pick up Tox and we'll do some of the Fight Club stuff out in the lake. But all depends. I mean, usually the problem is I come out here and half the time I just can't get signs. I've been having better luck lately. Do I have multiplayer on? I don't. Okay. I've been having better luck putting down my sign, but even then sometimes it's like I'll put it down and I just won't get summoned in. So I don't know. We'll give it a little bit, and if I can get a couple fights, great. If not, I'll focus on the lakes. I think he's using the straight sword, so let's go for, yeah, we'll use Black Flame's protection, get the physical. See, a lot of people, they don't expect that. Yeah, there we go. It's one. Is that a mage? I see. Looks like Millennia's. Oh, it's Rivers. Yeah, love that combo. No trades today, friend. Yeah, man, the poise on Regal Beastclaw, it's crazy. Well, I don't even know if poise is the appropriate word. It's hyper armor, but man, that thing comes out and people do not expect it to bonk them how it does. This guy's like naked. Dude's real laggy. Oh my god. Oh, I mean, Madfire Olga went down, but not. Jeez. This is what I'm talking about. People are always like, oh man, Stone's bad in PvP. People just attack into it. And the great thing is, like, to be honest, I don't know if anything can just outright stagger through the stone. I'm pretty sure when stone connects, it's going to interrupt like whatever you're doing. It's especially funny when people are like jumping attacks because it just knocks them clean on their ass. But I mean, that stone just keeps coming out. It keeps coming out. It keeps hitting people, and a lot of people, they want to keep trying to attack through it. And as goofy as it sounds, you will kill people just spamming Stone of Gurranq at times. Alright, is he ready? A lot of people don't expect the chain throws from this too. Like, look at it, man. Look, he stood there, he took 2 to the face again. Like, Stone of Gurranq is the MVP in today's build showcase. Definitely putting on Barrier of Gold this time. Oh, double cast on that, that's okay. I can cast 2. Yeah, the speedy dagger coming through at the end to take out Mr. Bloodhound Step. And right there, I mean, perfect example of why Barrier of Gold is just so clutch on any build that can run it. I mean, that dude would have killed me if it wasn't for Barrier of Gold. Another mage. Just gonna put up those two, not the health. Rock. Rock. Unfavorable trade there. You know, I hate having to do this against mages, but fuck, they're so annoying. I mean, like, it's cheeky, but, like, what am I supposed to do? Just let the guy spam at me the whole damn time? Stop spamming. If you don't want to get parried, stop spamming. Alright, what has he got? Yeah. I'll fight this guy over here. Rock. Oh, is this also a beast guy? It is.
Bestiality versus bestiality. Who wins?
Who is gonna bang the most sheep? Oh, giant hunt. Oh, that got him. Pocket sand. Rock. Pocket sand got him. Oh boy.
Where did he come from?
I used his phantom finger to re-engage. Okay, well, if we're gonna do that. Well. Come on, Quandle. Oh, he's swapping his weapons. Rock. Rock. Rock.
Bat rolling. Punish him.
Yeah, man, the hyper armor on that is really, really strong. People try to trade into it, and it just does not work out favorable for them. This looks like a mage, is it?
Dual safe or katana.
No, I'm gonna put on Black Flame.
Yeah, bleed build.
Oh. Oh boy. Damn. Too much. It's got me. Let's get to it. Rock. Rock.
Yeah, man, that hyper armor is nice.
Mm-hmm. no,
Nice.
no, not today. Rock. Oh no! Can I get it? Oh, GG. Oh, and he got disconnected at the end. Oh no. He's coming for you.
Nice jumping attack spamming.
Oh, I'll let you have that fight. I'm gonna fight this dude. I like how this guy just comes in and bows. He's like, oh, yeah, that guy doesn't know what he's doing. Just ignore him. GG.
But the dude's getting involved.
That's okay. Just let him. Just let him. I'd rather have the... Oh, boy. Hang on.
Resistance?
No, hang on. I'm gonna parry the mage, and then use that to kill the other invader.
Alright. No, the other invader's just going straight on me.
Oh, well.
The other invader's coming back to you. Hold. Dodge.
Oh, here it goes. Goodbye. Oh, no. He's sniping. He's not glitching, though.
Refreshing.
Thank you for that. Gonna try that again? Sure, let's keep doing it. Thank you for the double kill. Rock. Rock. Rock.
I like the idea of his build.
Yeah. That was cool, just a bit too slow.
Yeah. You wanna try heading over to the island? Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight this one that's coming in now. Wait, sword dance? What? Oh, backstab. Dude, I don't think I've seen that in any of these build showcases.
Oh, that dude's getting involved.
Well, you got this. Naked man. In the battle of the naked boys, I am supreme. Hyper armor. And there he goes. Hang on, let me come up. I gotta help with this gank real fast. Yeah, I had him all along. Lucky I couldn't attack faster. Had no chance of survival there. In that gank we did.
Yeah. God, I love ganking people.
I know, ganking is so much fun. My favorite thing is when you're sitting there and you're waiting while I gank them solo. And then...
Oh, dude, solo ganks are the best.
Solo ganks are the best.